Hello everyone, hope all of you have been doing well this summer. This morning I woke up really early, earlier than normal. And for an entire summer, since I would say after mid-June, I barely come out in the morning to do anything in the garden because it gets hot really fast here in the south and where I live in Houston, Texas. So everything is messy in the garden, have not been maintaining like I used to in the past few years. Doesn't matter how hot I came out and fertilized my roses every 3 weeks, but this year is just too hot to do anything like that. So I changed my watering schedule to evening, like after 7 p.m. when it's cooler. So these roses have not been fertilized in, I would say, maybe two months almost. But some are blooming like crazy, like this one, Evelyn. I have another video of Evelyn that you can click on to watch. But as of today is August, let's see, it's the 18th, I think. Okay, so August 18, look at the blooms. And I heard that Evelyn is a heavy feeder, which means she likes a lot of fertilizer. She likes a lot of water. But to my surprise, she has not been fed in 2 months, but she is blooming a whole lot. I mean, of course, blooms are small, but as far as effort, this rose and Lady of the Mist get the prize for the best bloomer this year. And look at that bee. This bee just absolutely love the salvia down here. Anyhow, so that's Evelyn, and like I said, I have not cleaned out the bed, and I have basil. I have some other herbs and zinnias and who knows what else in here. So I finally decided to fertilize since I couldn't go back to sleep. Woke up around, let's see, 6:30 and couldn't go back to sleep, so might as well fertilize, right? And as far as around that time, it's not too hot anyway. So I'm going to show you for summer fertilizer or even into the fall what you can do. I do not recommend using like granular type fertilizer because those take time to break down. So I stick with liquid, and I go with fish fertilizer. This one, Alaska fish fertilizer, plus this one, Alaska More Bloom. And I may have done another video that I explain the numbers down below, so I'm not going to go over that in this video. So as far as the mixture ratio, is 1 tablespoon of each, right? 1 tablespoon of that and 1 tablespoon of full More Bloom mixed with 1 gallon of water. And for an established roses, like older ones, I'll give each one 1 gallon. But if it's like a baby roses, like small on root, I'm split, maybe do half gallon per plant, and then just pour. But before you do liquid fertilizer, make sure that you water the area really well for the soil to be completely saturated before you pour down the fertilizer, so that the fertilizer can easily absorb into the ground. And you don't want to just pour the mixture onto dry soil, because that is going to make it more like difficult for the fertilizer to get into the underneath the soil, because it has been so dry. So make sure that you completely saturated water really well in that area, and then pour 1 gallon of your fish fertilizer mixture on each rows. And other plants love this mixture too, so I pour extra on the salvia, zinnias, my basil, everything else might as well, right? Because they have been having a hard time this summer, and they deserve some treat by this time. Look at that bee, is so happy. So that's what I do as far as fertilizing. And since we are now in the mid-August and fall is going to be here soon, hopefully the weather is going to, temperature will cool down. And I just trim my basils and everything because it gets so big. So hopefully the weather cools down so that these roses will bloom more once again. I don't know if I'm going to do light pruning for the fall flush or just let them be. I have not decided yet, but if you ever decide to do the pruning, don't prune hard. The only time that you prune really hard would be the spring pruning, where you prune all the way down and just leave like 18 to 24 inches. So wait for that. Don't do hard pruning until fall. I mean until spring, sorry. Don't do it in the fall, because that will add stress to your plants, and of course with the heat and everything that they have been having to deal with, it has been hard on them already. Got the blooms here. There are so many blooms on Evelyn, and seems to have like thrip damages on here. At this point, they're all over my garden. But I am surprised that these roses are so resilient. This is by far the year that I see the most as far as the damage, because they usually don't make it to this side of the garden at all. But this year, they are all over the place. So, and no one dies from thrip damage yet. I know there's like heavy infestation right now, so we'll see. But so far I think these roses are super resilient, so they will do well. And another thing about fertilizer, I'm sorry if I'm going all over the places. Another thing about fertilizer is that you don't want to fertilize in the middle of the day. Try to do it early in the morning before the hot sun hit the area, so that it will allow time for the soil to absorb the water, the fertilizer, and all that. Otherwise, if you fertilize when it gets like super hot, right, then everything will evaporate really fast, and whatever the hard work that you do will not, the soil will not be able to absorb all those goodies that we just mix and pour in. So you can do it either early in the morning And if you are not a morning person, that's okay. Do it in the evening after the sun goes down. Water really well first. And then once again, 1 tablespoon of fish fertilizer and 1 tablespoon of more bloom per 1 gallon of water. And I know not everyone is a fan of fish fertilizer because the first time that I use it is really stinky. But since I have been using them for the past several years, I am used to the smell, but not everyone loves the smell, and that's okay. You can use other form of liquid fertilizer as well. Something like they have seaweed fertilizer, which I have not tried, but I heard that it is not stinky as fish fertilizer. So you can try that one, or any other liquid fertilizer brand that you like or you want to try. Make sure that you mix in the right ratio. You don't want it to be too concentrated. It's always on the safe side to dilute it rather than making it too concentrate for your rose to absorb in this heat, because they are already stressed, so you don't want to put more stress on them at this time. And hope this video is helpful. I am going to continue to make another videos. If there's any topic or anything that you want me to share, just simply let me know, and I will see you in the next one. Have a great day.